the man you're looking at there, doing some gardening in his grid number 4, in the yellow and black helmet, is the reigning champion, Hans Nielsen, world number 2 at the moment, and until Heat 1, he was the track record holder here at Belle Vue, because that win by Erik Gundersen lowered the track record by 2/5 of a second, and Hans Nielsen held it. It's now 59.3, it was 59.5. The line-up here, world number 2 is joined by the world number 3 in a blue helmet, Jan Pedersen of Denmark and Cradley Heath. Nielsen, of course, rides for Oxford in the British League, and their opponents on the line in the red helmet, Richard Knight of England at Kings Lynn, and Ronnie Connie in the white helmet of Wolverhampton and the United States of America. Nielsen made a rocket of a start, but got moved over rather unceremoniously going around that turn. And down he goes, and it's Richard Knight in the red helmet in the lead, being challenged by Ronnie Corrie of Wolverhampton and America. Luciano Pedersen in the blue helmet disputing that lead, and Richard Knight goes so wide. You can see how tricky this track is now. Now let's in Pedersen. Pedersen is in the lead, and it's Corrie in 3rd place in the white helmet. Knight seems to be holding on, but Hans Nielsen sitting all forlorn in the centre green. This is a classic World Championship format, and you cannot afford one pointless ride and expect to win the title. Jan Pedersen increasing his lead considerably there. The battle is for 2nd place, and here comes Corrie underneath Richard Knight. Most unhappy with the track by the look of it from that first lap, and he leaves another wide gap. Pedersen wins it, Knight 2nd, Corrie 3rd, and a most unhappy Nielsen is left stranded, no points. Well, as the riders come out the start of Heat 9, which is the beginning of the 3rd round of rides, just to tell you that Scandinavia has 4 out of the top 6 on the leaderboard, and Denmark are in 1st and 2nd places. Erik Gundersen unbeaten on 6, Jan Pedersen on 5, Per Jonsson on 5, Richard Knight surprisingly also on 5, Chris Morton on 4, 2 Englishmen, and Brian Carger of Denmark on 4 points. And the line-up for Heat 9 is Jeremy Doncaster of England and Ipswich in the red helmet. He's on the inside. Next to him in the blue helmet, Ronnie Corrie of Wolverhampton and America. Chris Morton, he's the man to watch, home captain here at Belle Vue in the white helmet. And Tommy Knudsen of Denmark on the outside, who has still to score, and he made an atrocious start. And it's Chris Morton leading out of turn 2 on his home track, being hotly challenged on the inside there by Ronnie Corrie. You may have seen Corrie, he's only a little rider, his foot came off the footrest there as he laid that bike over and got it really into his thigh there to pull it round. He's challenging Chris Morton. Now here comes Knudsen up on the outside, he's come from nowhere. And Chris Morton in all sorts of trouble, didn't know Knudsen was there and took him way out to the fence. The experience of Knudsen kept him on, but it's now Rocket Ronnie Corrie who's rocketing in the lead, and here comes Morton underneath him, forcing him out. Corrie not happy at all because it's allowed Knudsen to come through in the 2nd place. And that is a horrific battle going on there. You saw how Corrie held that bike down, really tried to come inside Knudsen and take his chance, and took it brilliantly to get 2nd place back. Morton, in a really hairy ride there, wins it. Corrie 2nd, and a sensational 3rd place by Knudsen. What a sensational ride. And that's really got the crowd on their feet. A bunch of no-hopers maybe, but didn't they serve it up? Vital part of the meeting as far as Jan Pedersen is concerned. He leads at the moment on 11 points. He's dropped only 1, and he needs a win in this one for the overall championship. Kelvin Tatum is in the red helmet on the inside. Pedersen is in blue, and next to him in grid 2, Tommy Knudsen has been replaced there in the white helmet by Carl Stonehewer in grid 3, and on the outside in grid 4, Kelly Moran in yellow and black. Here we go now for Heat 20 of this 1988 British League Riders Championship. And it's Pedersen who needs the win, and he hits the turn first. The little man who's done so much in this meeting has finally made the gate, and he's off and running. Tatum in 2nd place goes past the turn, and Pedersen increases his lead unless he does something very silly He knows now that it must be his championship, when it looked as though Gunnarsson was going to take it once again. Rich Pedersen storming away, increasing his lead with every lap. Tatum in the red helmet in second place. He's having a battle with Moran. Moran is forcing his way through on the inside. They're having a real terrific scrap. Moran turns it underneath Tatum and he's got him beaten. But it's the champion, Pedersen. One more lap to go. Way out in front, and Moran has finally overcome Tatum. Pedersen goes into the last turn here. The crowd rises to him, so does his front wheel. Pedersen wins the race and the championship on 14 points. Supreme riding all afternoon, well-deserved 1988 British League Riders Champion Jan Pedersen of Denmark, and Cradley Heath shaking hands there with Kelly Moran. Who knows what it's like to win big meetings, but how satisfying it must be for the young Dane there. Tremendous riding. He's done it the hard way, missing the gate except in his last ride. A well-deserved 1988 British League Riders Championship for